The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
I got to get some new headphones or something, man. I got a little bit of vibration going in one of these ears, like rattling, man. My voice is too loud, even for my own headphones. What's going on, gents?
Chilling.
What's up? Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
New Year.
It is. It's I'm glad to get out of 2023. 2023 was shitty.
Brutal,
Get the
right?
hell out of here. Get the hell out.
At least it was fast. It went faster for me.
Yeah, because you're pulling 101s and
At least 5, I think, this year.
Hey man, the older you get, the less you want the next year to come.
yeah. Tell me about
Do
it.
you guys have a problem with old people mad dogging you?
You mean if I look in the mirror?
No, man.
shit.
Like, so I
Mad
was at
dogging you?
Jason's Deli, and that's like old people hangout, and like I'm eating my food, and I see these old ladies just mad dogging me, and they're all like, and so I mad dog them right back. I'm like, what the fuck? You want some shit? And then there's an old
Why didn't you
man
steal
that
their
walks
purse?
by, and I'm
Shit.
just like, don't these old people know they're gonna get their ass kicked? They keep doing that shit, like.
Should have
Fucking
just
old
taken their
people,
purse.
man. Huh?
Should have just taken their purse, man.
Yeah.
But like, you're paying for my meal.
Or just
I
sit
mean-
down with them and start eating their food.
It might be those big brown eyes, Sailor. Looking
Hi,
good.
guys. Grandma.
It's been such a long time.
There you go.
So what's going on, gents? How was Christmas for you guys? Good?
Christmas was fun. It was a lot of fun. One of the first years that I gave more to my family than I got by request. It's just, I don't know. It's just like I've always liked presents and fun stuff. But like once you get to a certain age, I think I'm maybe like 42, 41. I just didn't want anything from anybody. I told my son not to give me anything. It's just not important anymore,
Yep.
Well,
It's all about
like,
just spending time with the peeps that you love is more important than
Yeah.
giving
my two
gifts.
nieces, they said there was no Santa Claus, so I had to let them know that there was. So I went and took a picture of the tree and the chimney, right? And then I superimposed a Santa Claus eating cookies and put them on the chimney.
Like your
right there.
TikTok thing?
Yeah, man. And
Nice.
and I go, look, he fucking came. Look at this. And the girls, Santa. And I go, you see? I told you, like, you better behave. Or
awesome.
there's not going to be any presents.
Santa's doing the gritty.
All right.
That's tight, dude. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
It's good, man.
All right, let's get into it, you guys. We've got a review list tonight. Basically, how did you put together the list tonight, Stein?
All right, so for tonight, I just went back through all of my lists for the entire 2023. Basically, put them on a spreadsheet, found out which books were on there multiple times. There were 38 books that made the list twice. There were 4 books that made the list 3 times. And then basically kind of gave points out for where they ranked that particular week. So obviously first, if it was number 1, it got more points. Number 10 got many, many fewer points. So totaled the points up. Whether they're hot today or not makes no difference. It was just based on list and basically just ranked them 1 through 12. And it was weird going back through some of I was like, oh, Yeah, I forgot about that book. Or that was this year. Like I thought that was like 3 years ago. Like it felt like it was forever ago or something like that. But
Did you check it twice?
I did not check it twice.
So you don't know who's naughty or nice then?
I do not. No, no.
Cheesy.
But yeah, it was kind of fun to go through. There was a book that was very recent, like last week, and there was books that went all the way back to like January, February. It was weird. I forgot it was in the first week of February when that DC news came out. Like, I mean, it was almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
And isn't that crazy that that was that long ago?
Time flies when you're having fun. This has been a quick year. It's been a shitty year, but it's been quick. It hasn't been shitty. It's been okay.
Oh. We do have our woe and blow to get to, though, and our almost 10, and our buy the dip. So let's get into it, starting off with, I think, one of everybody's favorite new segments, the woe and blow covers of the week. This week, the woe cover that is absolutely crazy. The Rick Veitch cover. This is a trade paperback. Came out September of 2003. The Last Word in Superheroics. The One is another notorious chapter in the secret history of superheroes. A timeless and audacious mix of Dr. Strangelove, Marshall McLuhan, Jack Kirby, and Tex Avery, as seen through the sensibilities of Kurt Vonnegut. Introduction by Alan Moore. And it's got a pretty crazy Marlboro pack cover.
Yeah, it was so strange. I saw this and I was like, oh, that is like, so like growing up with a parent that smoked, like, unfortunately, this brings back like a lot of memories from my childhood. But it's really weird. So this was the trade paperback. This was like a 5-issue miniseries, and all 5 covers have something to do with like products. Did you notice that, Brian?
Yeah, there is the other one that was. Hold on here. I think you can see more of them.
I have a question though. Did they kill a cowboy in this? At least one.
Because of the marble?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
This one right here. It's like the Clorox box.
Oh, nice.
Is that Clorox or Tide?
Tide, whatever.
Yeah, there's other ones too. Yeah, I can't remember what they were. It was interesting. I never even heard of that series. I'm assuming this Rick Veitch or whatever his name is.
Classic comic book artist, man. Did a lot of Swamp Thing stuff.
Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. It just really stood out again when it comes to things from like my childhood. Again, this is not necessarily one that I want to remember, but I do, unfortunately.
This must be it right here. Is this it? What is this? Yeah. The Bomb That Will Bring Us Together. Rick Veitch's The One. In 1985, the first issue of an unusual new title hit the shelves of North American comic book stores. Part of Marvel Comics' short-lived creator-owned imprint Epic, Rick Veitch's The One stood out because its cover was an obnoxious visual reference to the red and orange and yellow concentric circles of Tide laundry detergent's branding. Wow, so this came out a while ago.
Well, so the one is an Epic, from 85.
Yeah.
So the first issue is Tide. The second issue is like a dollar bill. The third issue it looks like a calculator from like the 80s.
There's a Coke one.
Then there's the Coke, the Coke. It looks like
these are
New Coke
awesome,
as well.
dude.
I was gonna ask, is it New Coke?
New Coke. The number 5 issue is like the We Want You.
Oh, here they are right here.
The Uncle Sam.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that. But the Marvel one's only in the trade paperback, huh?
I think so. Yeah. So this was all from Epic.
Man, this is why I
Oh.
love this show.
Is the calculator one? Is that a vending machine?
It looks like a calculator. Maybe it is. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks like a
Like-
calculator.
Like where you put in the quarters and then you put in the selection and then that's what the one would be.
I don't think so. I think that's meant to look like a numbers on the calculator, and these are the actual calculator buttons.
No.
See, the numbers are like that. I don't know. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's dope, man. These are cool. That one's really cool right there. What is this one? Time Magazine, maybe? Mad Magazine?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
say
but-
Mad,
yeah, I was
probably
thinking
Mad.
Yeah.
McDonald's. Wow, dude.
I don't know.
great
I tend to like homages off of like pop culture stuff. Like if you're gonna do an homage, I don't want an homage off of another comic cover.
Yeah.
Give me an homage off of something pop culture.
These are
Yeah,
about
that
30
makes a lot of
bucks, it
sense.
looks like. Yeah, this guy's got one for 30 bucks. That's cool. Nice find, man. That's a killer find. Well, that was the Woe book of the week. That leaves us with... Oh, that blows. That blows. Whoa. Yeah.
All right, so I know that this is interior art. I don't remember ever, and I told Brian, or I don't remember ever seeing this as a cover. And it's Ditko, but it, like, was it drunk Ditko?
I feel like they like redrew his legs or something, unless that is...
That looks horrible right there.
He looks like he's
Is this
upside
Peach-
down.
Is this Peach Momoko? Looks like Peach.
Man, they're so pleasing you people. You know, first you don't like Kirby, now you don't like Ditko.
No, and that's what sucks is I do like Ditko, but this was this Spider-Man is so anatomically messed up.
I agree, I wouldn't want this.
Ah, it made my legs.
That's garbage right there, man.
He looks like
Watch
a goalie.
there be
a
a first
butterfly.
appearance in this or something like that. Something crazy.
Well, isn't that a reprint of the, or is that just like another issue of the
I'm-
El Hombre Araña or whatever?
I
It's a
don't know.
special
This came out in the 90s. So, but it is a reprint of like older Spider-Man though. So I'm assuming that they didn't make this as
It was a freebie.
an American cover. It's just, I've never seen it before as a cover. but boy,
Commemorative
it's bad.
edition from the convention of Mexico City. So maybe a comic convention of Mexico City, 1996. Is that what it says right there? Hood?
Why
Can you
asking
read?
me?
Can you read Spanish?
Órale, ya, vato. Especial convencionero. Yeah, it seems legit.
Can anybody read Spanish?
I hear you.
Special commemorative edition. Convention is one of
His-
them.
histo-
History is one of them.
Historietas. Are those comic books?
Hysterectomy of de Mexico.
Special commemorative convention.
Yeah,
Shit,
it's like a comic book convention in Mexico City,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But my question is it $3 or 3 pesos cover price?
Hey,
Comic book
Parker
convention
put,
in Mexico City. That's what
Google
it is.
translates is comic book convention in Mexico City.
There you go. I got it.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I guess I
that
can
would
read
that would be the
Spanish.
convention I would end up attending. Everybody else gets like an Adam Hughes awesome looking thing, and I come out with this. Like,
Hey, that Spider-Man with his legs are fucked up. He gay?
Terrible.
No.
That's pretty bad. That's going to be a tough book to find if that's a convention book. You just found a shitty covered ghost book, bro.
Yeah, it's a shitty covered Grail Ghost.
Yeah.
Shout out
It's
to
a
Dad
shit
Life
covered Grail
Comics.
Ghost.
Dad Life
None on the
Comics
census. None on the
says-
census right now.
says, "Happy holidays. I wonder if anyone remembers who I am. Probably not. You guys rock. In dollar we tuss." Dad Life Comics. What do you
up,
mean?
Dad Life?
Yeah,
We
how
remember
you
you,
doing?
bro. What's up, man? Thank you. Awesome.
Well, that was
Man, that
woe
was a-
and blow.
That was a hot take, Brian.
Moving on to Buy the Dip. Starting off with Power Girl. Number 4, the Guillermo March. Is it Guillermo or Guillermo? A March 1 in 10 from 2009. I never liked this cover.
yeah, it's not the greatest Power Girl variant for sure, but it was always not that easy to find. Just like all the other Power Girl, even just the regular issues of those anything in that Power Girl run. So people were buying it. I mean, this had been like a $30-$40 raw book for a long time. 9/8 sold for like $150 just in July. This sold as a near mint copy raw this week for $10, which seems criminally cheap.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, for $10.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good buy.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
she was only $10.
I don't know. I would have waited. And wait. I don't think we've hit the floor yet. Wait until you hit 7. No, that's
Wait
good
to
buy.
find it at half
She's
hour
fine. She
sale
goes,
for $5.
Wee! I got big titties. Wee!
Take out bitties. No.
Wow. Interesting.
Would you buy it for 10?
Yeah, I was totally joking.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, $10 easily.
You know what I want to do? I want to make a shirt, right? So listen, you guys, don't steal this idea. It's probably already stolen, but don't any of you guys steal it, or comic book karma will forever haunt you.
The
All right,
original.
so I want to get somebody out there that actually has a clothing store or a printer that they actually own as a business to make us shirts. And I want to do a Power Girl shirt. You know how they have like the Chewbacca shirt that has the bandolier and it looks like you're got Chewbacca? I want it to
Hell
be
yeah.
Power Girl and it looks like you got boobs. You got the cutout boobs like Power Girl. I want
Nice.
that to be a Beyond Wednesday shirt, and anybody can wear it, right? It
only works if you wear it to the next convention.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
it's
Like
only
it would be great if your girlfriend wore it or your wife wore it. It'd be great if your boyfriend or your husband wore it too, because it'd be funny either way. What do you
It could
guys
be your
think?
cosplay. It could be your cosplay for the next convention, right?
I like that idea, Brian. Nice.
Yeah, let's do a boob window Beyond Wednesday shirt. And on the back, like you need to be able to see the butt crack at the bottom of the shirt. You know what I mean? Like
And have sorry, go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it is literally like one of the weirdest costumes ever.
No, it is.
It is.
It is. It is. Yeah.
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 Yeah, Beyond Boobs is what we're gonna call it, Joey. You just hit it right there.
Beyond Boobs Day.
Yeah.
Beyond Boobs Day.
Beyond
Wednesday.
Yeah.
House
Jesus.
of Boobs. Buy the boobs. The hot boobs.
That's
The almost
terrible.
boobs.
Buy
Yeah.
the boobs.
Buy the boobs, yeah. That should be the selling line.
Beyond boobs.
I like your idea though, Brian, with the got boobs. You
Yeah.
know, instead of the got milk.
All right, moving on. Next on Buy the Dip, a art germ book that a lot of people loved very well. So much well that they turned it into a foil. And here it is on Buy the Dip for everybody to buy. What was this selling for at its height? in a 9.8?
9.8, not much, like $50, 50, $60, because I think it's open to order. I don't think it wasn't like difficult or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there are actually 15 9.9s on the census, and that's kind of what I was talking about on this one.
Really?
Yeah, so 15 9.9s. Amazingly, those have been selling for about $250 to $300. Two separate 9.9s sold this week for $115. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it took me, what is this, 2023? So like 9 years to get my first 9.9 from CGC. Like, it was impossible. I could not get a 9.9. And then I finally got a 9.9 and a 10. But it's not like 9.9.
See, I have the opposite problem. I got in my first submission ever.
And never got one since.
I've never gotten one since. So I've been chasing that dragon. You know what I mean? Like, you hit that high, and you're like, kind of like, oh man, I gotta get that. And then
I'll get you all 9.9s, man. I take the label out and switch it, and
Yeah, that's
get a heat gun.
But I'm thinking, like, if you're wanting a 9.9, like $100 for this cover seems like that would be really cheap. Even though there's 15 of them, there's probably not going to be many more. That's probably going to cap out right there.
Were they Comic Tom's 9.9s?
Why do DC and Marvel have the same character that's like this? Isn't it the same name?
Yeah, but don't DC and Marvel pretty much have all the same characters if you really just start to break them down?
Yeah.
It's basically an ongoing parody with those two, right?
Yeah. You're right.
I created this character first. No, I did. Well, I did it better.
My question is was there ever an acetate cover attached to this? All those 9.9s.
Oh, it's cardstock foil. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Well, $115 now for a 9.9 for your Art Germ fans.
I was gonna say I thought that was a bargain, but then he said there was 15 of them. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's Art Germ too, so like I feel like that, like we'll get that extra bump premium.
Does anybody have this foil?
No.
I just wonder if it was one of the foils that looks good or doesn't look good.
If you picked it up in stores, tag us in your picture.
If you picked it up on Whatnot from a reputable seller.
Yeah,
Shout
those
out that
reputable sellers aren't very reputable anymore. Yeah. Moving on to an actual really good book that was tough to find for a long time. I haven't been searching for it for much lately, but Batman issue number 21, the Jock variant. Great book. Love great series, obviously. Great time in the series. This book had a bunch of variants too. Had some really cool con variants too, if I remember.
Yeah, that 21, that was the first Duke Thomas, right?
You got it.
Is he still around?
In comics, I think
Brian
he is.
could answer that. Okay.
Look at all these damn variants for this book.
He's named.
You got
it,
the
I think,
combo
like
pack
29 or
one.
30.
You got the. Hold on, let me do this. You got the combo pack one, which is kind of crazy, right? The red. You got the black and white. You got the Jock variant. You got the newsstand of this. You got the San Diego Comic-Con one and the second printing. Like, this one was tough. This one was tough. This one was tough. And they weren't even that. They were like those weird. I don't even know what they called these.
Well, did Capullo do that design, Brian?
Where it was like matte or something like that, kind
I
of.
don't know. Capullo did this right here, but I don't know about doing this design, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so this Jock one, I mean, basically it had been like, for 9.8, it had been like 150, 175 for quite a while. It sold this week for an all-time low. CGC 9.8 sold for $30.
Oh, whoa, wow. What a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
So
you get-
basically the cost of grading.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see like where it was at? You know, or do you know? by any
Where
chance?
we mean where? Oh, you mean like where in the country?
No. Like how much it dropped. Like what do you? I don't know the price on this book. I'm not familiar.
Oh yeah, I mean it's basically $150 book, and now it's 30.
Okay, that's a great buy then, huh?
Seems like it.
I'd be
and
all
I
over
don't-
that,
I mean,
dude.
Yeah, and
Any-
in general, I like all jock covers anyway.
I was just
so-
gonna say that,
Too.
especially
Yeah.
earlier jock stuff, right? With like, not since the variant. We're gonna have to start calling this age right here, like the last 5 years, the exclusive variant age. You know what I mean? Because I feel like once the exclusive variants, the retailer exclusives, whatever name we want to give those, we need to call that this age. Because whenever that started, things started taking a shit in comics. I feel like.
Yeah.
Could be wrong though. I mean, I'm not saying it's caused by that, but as soon as exclusive variants started, I feel like everything else just kind of started falling with it.
I think it's the fact that the publishers, when they started giving all the incentives to those people, like if they didn't do that at all, I think that would actually be probably a game changer for the good,
Yeah.
for the industry as a whole. Now, there obviously I would tend to think that there would be less store variants, which is probably a good thing anyway.
Well, the problem with that is, that Phil from Coliseum said that's he didn't. I don't necessarily think he said it this way, but he said the most people that buy new books nowadays aren't readers; they're just collectors of the ratio variants. So, if they stop doing that, man, it would definitely cause an issue, probably more bad than good at this point. Be like trying to stop a heroin addict like cold turkey, right?
But maybe, but I mean, you think about it. I mean, if you shorten the supply, that's going to drive those people to want the other ones that are available, and would, those 1 in 25s that come out, and in 4 days later they're $12 or $8 or something like that. Those might be a lot harder to find, and that might push the prices on those up. I don't know. It would definitely be an interesting experiment to try and backtrack a little bit on this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
well, we're not seeing just the second print incentive ratios like shoot up
Right.
in astronomical prices.
Right.
Oh wait, but that never happens.
Never.
All right. Moving on. One of my all-time favorite books. One of my all-time favorite 2 characters. All-time favorite series. Great. You guys know I talk about these characters all the time. And you got a first appearance of these said characters, Apollo and Midnighter in Stormwatch #4. I love the Authority stuff. I love Warren Ellis at this time. Man, the Stormwatch stuff wasn't as good as when they did the Authority stuff, but the Stormwatch stuff is not bad. There's a lot of Stormwatch fans out there, and this is a tough book to get in high grade because of that all black spine.
I agree. Yeah, so this is one of the books that, like, when I was going back and saw where it peaked, and it did peak in February, obviously. But this has been sought after for many, many years. But 9/8 did peak in February at 600. It sold this week. CGC 9/8 sold for 225. So if it is something that you were looking for, and obviously did not want to pay $600 back in February at the peak, now's a lot more affordable.
This is a great spec play right here. There's very few spec plays that I'm going to say are great spec plays. And if you can get this stuff, if this keeps dropping, you got to be all over this book, because they are going to be making these characters a big deal in the DCU. They're calling it the DCU now, not the DCEU, the DCU. So be ready for especially these two characters.
Oh, and the artist knew which way Batman was facing.
Yeah.
What that Frank Miller intended.
Mm-hmm. Great book, great cover. $225 for a 9.8. Wow. Carter found 10 copies for 10 cents each for his 10th anniversary show. Of this? Are you kidding me? Wow.
That sounds like Carter.
Yeah, that's Mercenot for you, man.
Yeah.
That's Mercenot for you.
Was that $2?
Yeah. Jesus. He said Joey the Stuntmaster said yep. Or AOA said yep. Joey the Stuntmaster said yes. Wow. All right.
No, the funny thing, Mercenot would goes, and I still pay too much.
It's $1. It's $1. I did math wrong. Why are you
that's that Texas math.
It's not. It's $2 of tax. You know.
I was blown away. I was eating Christmas dinner with a second cousin that I haven't seen since he was like 12. He's 20 now, and he told me he didn't learn Cursinot in school. I was like, or Cursinot, cursive.
I was like, man, what does that word mean? But I wasn't going to be the one to ask.
Cursive in school.
It's a new cursive by Mercenot.
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't. They don't
teach cursive and math together.
Oh no,
in one
Brian,
language.
Brian, they don't teach cursive in public school anymore. It's only in private schools.
Really? That's crazy. Like I asked him, how'd you learn how to sign your name? He's like, oh, I figured out those letters. And if you look at, like, are they signing their name just by
squiggles?
An X?
Hey, think about it. Think about it this way: in 20 years, we can write code to each other just by writing cursive.
Oh wow!
And
yeah, that's true.
and the
Gen,
oh yeah, these Gen Zers will be like, I don't know what are you, some foreign dignitary or something? Like they'll have no idea what we're doing.
Imagine the people. The reason why we had this conversation at Christmas Eve is my aunt told me that she could do. She grew up learning shorthand, and that she could do shorthand to this day, and she hasn't done it for years. And that's another one. Nobody knows what even shorthand is anymore. Shit's crazy. All right. That being said, let's move on to the next book. Oh.
Do my taxes of an abacus. I mean, what's up?
Yeah. This is amazing right here. Evil Ernie, issue number 1. Another one of my all-time favorite books. I was finally able to pick one of these up in the wild a few years ago. I sent it in, got a 9.6 on it. I would love a 9.8, and 9.8s are starting to come down to earth on this thing, it sounds like.
Well, what's weird is it had been going up and up and up, like for probably the last 3 years, to where it in July of this year, 9.8 sold for $5,200. So that was the last sale before this week when the price dropped in half, and sold for $2,700, which is the lowest price since 2019. So it had taken a nice rise all the way up to the summer, and then just fell off the cliff this week. Now I'm not sure exactly why you would sell this book in a CGC 9.8 at auction the week after Christmas. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Unless you just
anniversary, you gotta celebrate.
I guess unless you just are like, well, they're going to be checking my taxes next year, so I guess I got to get rid of it before the first of the year. I don't know. I don't understand what the point of that was. But
shout out to Dad Life Comics for another super chat. That's awesome. He says, "This is awesome. I get to watch you guys live, almost as awesome as if you guys are here. Real talk.
Almost as awesome as you guys are."
Oh, okay, man. Hey, you guys. Almost like if you guys were almost as high as I was, you would be really fucking high. So
See, Brian can't. He can read cursive, but he can't read print. So
yeah,
Isn't sad I understood what he was saying?
yeah. I love this
Yeah.
book, dude. I think this is probably gonna be one of the books I keep in my PC. I'm starting to drop down the PC collecting, and I think this is one of the books that stays in the PC. It's that good.
I thought so too until I included it in my Stein pack over the summer.
Yeah, you're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
How high of grade was that one?
9.6.
Damn you.
I bought that one. I bought that one raw, and it had a pretty good shot at a 9.8. I would say it's one of those books. If you send it in like 3 or 4 different times, that one of those times it probably would come back a 9.8.
Nice. Very
It
nice.
Or you
was
just
nice.
brought down the average though. So like
Yeah.
this book did, so
That's true.
Great book on By the Dip, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys go give Spec Media a sub. Very close to 1,000 over there. Anybody that's not subbed up over there, check the link below in the description. You can find it there. And also AOA drops it all the time in the chat because he's one of the best freaking moderators in the game. And hope you guys enjoy By the Dip. And of course, check out shows on Spec Media for more get a little bit more into By the Dip and on different books and stuff like that.
By the boobs.
By the boobs. By the boobs. All right, let's get into it. The Almost 10. Starting off with a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Jay Anceletto 1 in 25. This is Green Arrow issue number 7. Just came out this week, and it is awesome.
Agreed.
A little bit of an homage here.
Yeah, I mean, like just like the male. I don't know. There's like a few things that are just male driven. Motorcycles, that, like we just are drawn to motorcycles. I have
And
no idea
fishnet
why.
stockings and boobs.
But yeah, but this one does look good. It's got a nice background. Her hair looks good. So everything just looks good on this. The only thing that does kind of look a bit odd, and I can't really. I'm trying to look at the cover. I can't. Is there something on her leg that's making it look like?
I know where her knee is.
Yeah, what is that? Or is that just a shadow? I can't.
It's just a shadow.
Okay.
It
I
does
couldn't
kinda
ever
look
tell. I
messed
mean,
up.
I couldn't look at it really close because I can't see anymore. But
like a heat
it's
guard.
a
or
gash in her
something.
leg, that riding that motorcycle all day.
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell if it was like a glitch in the Matrix or something like that. But
Maybe
It
some
made her
grease
leg-
in her leg ditch or something, or knee ditch. Right? At first, when I first saw it, I think Brian, we talked about it on your show Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I can't remember. But when I first saw it, I thought it was a Purple Rain or a Prince, callback.
Yeah. It's a good one. Looks a little
We gotta ask Blue
homage.
Green. We gotta ask Tony if this counts as a Purple Rain homage.
might be.
What is this selling for out the gate?
It's 1 in 25, selling for $50.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
This is one that
That's good.
you feel like could be like next week could be 75 to 80. Like it
Yeah.
just feels like
Okay.
because there's no store variants. It's Green Arrow number 7. Like
Yeah. Good point.
it just feels like this one could go up for next week.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but it just feels like it.
Yeah.
It could have also been forgotten at shops because approaching the holidays and everything.
Yeah. Next on the Almost 10, another excellent book this week. Duke number 1. This is the David Mack Baroness cover. Excellent David Mack cover right here. I like this one. He did one recently that I didn't like. And maybe I just didn't see the full image of this. Did they put out like a half image of this or like a not finished work? I feel like there was a David Mack that I saw recently that I was like, oh man, that's not good. And it was it had something to do with Transformers or G.I. Joe, but I could be wrong. But this is good. This is really good.
Yeah.
It probably was not finished art where it was only part of it. Because like when he does his work in layers, like all the text is one layer and background stuff, and then Baroness would be one layer, and then Duke would be another.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a 1 in 250. But there are a bunch of store variants, so it's not as rare as you would tend to think for 1 in 250. But it is selling for like 300. So I think it's just because because Baroness does look good on this cover. I think
it's a 1 in 250 that equals 2,000.
Here's all the
1 in
that's
250.
that's what it is.
2,000.
I was right on that shit. It's a connecting cover, and there was another Duke coming out that just didn't look very good. That Mac did. Did another homage there. That's interesting.
Anybody reading this shit?
I haven't read Duke yet. I haven't read it. Here's the John Boy Myers 1 in 100. That one's not bad.
I like it. I agree.
A lot of these covers, I'm going to be honest, man, a lot of these covers aren't good. Like, that's not a good John Jang cover. That is, his face is really...
What the fuck is
Weird.
that?
Yeah. It's like not... And I get it, art subjective, but that's...
Dang, dude, look how bad that is. What the fuck?
Right?
Is that Han
rough.
Solo and the, what's that called? Cryo chamber?
Carbonite, yeah.
Carbonite.
It definitely looks photoshopped on that
Bro,
body.
what is up with that head, dude? Come on.
Look at that one,
Fucking
too.
sucks.
That's David Aja right there. Ugh.
That's Aja. Get the fuck out of here.
It is,
No
man.
way.
Because he's a bigger fan of Star Trek. That's what happened.
Terrible. This one's not too bad. This is a 1 in 10 Tyler Boss variant. I like it how it's got all the... I don't know. This kind of play on cover is interesting. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Ooh, look at that one.
This one's the Steve Epting 1 in 25. It's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
This one's good. The 1 in 50 Sorrentino with the Starscream. I like that. That's the John Boy Myers. That's the blank.
Ooh, that blank one. Ooh.
Banger.
That one's not bad.
340 homage.
So yeah, man, it's...
Hey, wait, go back to the blank. How much was that?
This is a
I'm paying
rough...
for a Red Hood cover now.
So, well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully the covers get better. The story's supposed to be really good. I know a lot of people are saying Transformers really good. So we'll see.
I read the first issue of Transformers. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, the end.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Ski Chalet variants continue. Now we got a Nakayama Spider-Woman one. Spider-Woman number 2, the Ski Chalet 1 in 100 from David Nakayama, came out this week, and I've said it before, it's a weird thing to have variants about, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, this one's 1 in 100, and it is selling for 200.
Whoa!
So this is actually doing better than the Campbell and the who was the Campbell
Villa
and
Lobos?
Who was the? Yeah, the Lobos from last week.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Chad Cave, you're right. That is a lot of torso. Nakayama and J. Scott Campbell both go extra torso whenever they draw chicks and dudes.
Or that,
Campbell.
or just her jacket is zipped so low that it's like right on the verge of.
Dude, it is. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I didn't notice that. Look how. Wow.
I mean, it's pretty low. It's pretty way down below the belly button. So it's virtually like another inch or two, and it's
Yeah, it's
it
her,
into a Shikari.
the zipper might pull something.
Yeah. All right. Well, $200 for a 1 in 100 is not bad. Oh, she's got a snowball. I was wondering, like, is she trying to? And I didn't see the snowball.
Oh, she's cupping it. She's cupping it.
Moving on. I love Dwellings. I love Tradmore. I don't love Tradmore black and white. He needs his color, man. But here you go. Dwellings number 3. This is the reprints put out by Oni Press of the original books that were put out on Jay's self-publishing Black Eye Media, I think it's called. But yeah, this is the secret store or the secret variant, right? They gave it. Did they do a thank you or 1 per store type thing for these?
I guess it's 1 per store. I don't know. You know me, I don't really go into stores on release day anymore, so I don't know for sure. But everything said it was a secret variant, so I'm assuming most of those secrets are 1 per store, but it could have been 1 per store that actually ordered the book or something like that. But
it says here, Oni Press releases a Dwellings 3 secret variant with Tradmore art. It marks the end of the series with a 72-page finale. Secret variant available to stores with returnability on earlier issues. Says Black and White Tradmore Dwellings Secret Edition variant will be sent to accounts who qualified for returnability on issues 1, 2, and 3, which meant ordering 5 issues of each comic. So it's a qualifier. If you ordered 5 or more of all 3 issues, you got one of these. So it sounds like could you have gotten more? That's an interesting thing. Like if you ordered 15, did you get 3? Who knows?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
All I know is it's really hard to like look at it and even try and figure out what's going on. I feel like it's moving or something.
Weren't all their incentives 1 in 10s? So if you ordered all of the 1 in 10s, you'll probably get one.
Yeah,
probably.
Here's the OG self-published ones. They are the reprints, though, not the first print self-published. So, big fan of Dwellings. I'm hoping that in the near future we might see Jay Stevens on this channel. We'll see, or on Beyond Wednesdays, one of the two.
Nice.
This one's 25 to 30. If you actually want to spend 25 to 30 on it.
Nice. Not bad. The tiger looks really cool, but this in black and white doesn't look that great. In the color, it looks excellent. So,
yeah.
All right, moving on. Another interesting book. Kid Venom Origins, number 1, the secret variant. Another secret variant.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about this. I saw this from Jen over at Near Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned it was to maybe check your stores because I don't think this book is even out yet.
And it comes out next week.
Yeah, but this came out this week.
Yep.
And this one's selling for 25 to 30 as well.
So it says here that this is next week. Retailers will receive a special unannounced Kid Venom Origins number 1 variant by Luciano Vecchio, one per store, similar to September's surprise version variant of Capullo's Wolverine 37. So 1 per store. There you go.
That Capullo Wolverine where he's falling out of the airplane.
Yeah.
Nice.
How many color variants are we going to
Ben's
see?
favorite cover. Ben's favorite cover for the year. So if you have one, make sure to send one.
Yeah, that's interesting. 2 of those books in a row, similar books.
Very similar.
I like the style of the art on this. I like the character design. We'll see what happens with the character. I don't like the trade dress design. Moving on. This is interesting. I had a bunch of people reach out to me about the Sonic Mag sales that happened this week, including this one, Sonic the Poster Mag number 8. This is from 1994. And as you can see, we got a Knuckles team up on this one.
Yeah, so this one and I'm going to be very kind when I say it was in VG condition. It was trash. I mean, it was trashed. Still sold for $90 for this. Me and Hood, several weeks ago, we were talking about books that were poster, like magazines that were poster. Like Wizard did several of them. These poster books that had like all these famous artists did all these, and the whole Wizard is just posters. I didn't know they did a Sonic poster mag. I mean, are people really putting posters of Sonic around their room?
Well, this lasted quite a while, man. So that's very interesting. There was also some other interesting Sonic sales this week. God damn it.
Does that look like the Sonic drive-through logo? Or is that just me?
Yeah, it does, right?
It did.
Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't tripping.
Makes me want to buy a slushy, bro.
This sold.
I wasn't sure if I was hungry or if it looked like the logo.
The Collector Sonic Super Special Comic Magazine #2.
That
Pretty
looks
cool,
badass.
right? Sold for $50. There was a couple other Sonic things that sold.
Is that still for sale? Let me go buy it.
No, it sold.
Right, bro.
It sold. Yeah. So, yeah, that was it. Interesting, man. The Sonic collecting is getting just as big as some of the Mario or the Nintendo stuff nowadays. A lot of kids grew up on Sonic later on. So,
yeah. I mean, it's just kind of it is kind of a thought that if there are some of these poster magazines out there, I mean, whatever were printed, I mean, if this was the 90s, I mean, I would tend to think a lot of these people just pulled the posters out. I mean, and without even really thinking about it.
Big time.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I'm saying is if you see these like in like junk bins or something like that, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing to pick these things up. Like I said, this was in VG condition. So even in bag condition.
Look for it in garage sales.
Yeah, good point.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take these posters off of my wall right now.
Put them back in. Sonic 3 coming out this year. There we go. Is Jim Carrey going to be in it? I think he said he was done, right?
I watched one of them over vacation this year. It wasn't bad. I was actually
good.
I was like, this is pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, moving on. Another book came out recently. This is a 1 in 100 Star Wars Dark Droids #5, the Rachel Stott Scourged variant. Came out this week.
Yeah, there is a trade dress of this, so it's not like this is anything that special. But it is a Vader cover.
That's been possessed by the what do they call the robot virus?
I guess, which is really funny because wouldn't you just say that
part of him
Vader,
would be...
that Anakin is basically possessed to start with because he turned into. But anyways, yeah. So again, you can buy the trade.
It was a double negative, so he becomes light side from this.
Maybe. Yeah, there you go. So you can buy the trade dress for $5, or you can buy this Virgin for $125, whichever one you want to do.
Just wait till the next convention. There'll be a foil.
Or 3 weeks, and it'll be super cheap.
A store variant.
Oh,
Yeah.
second print foil. Second print foil incentive. There we go. Now I'm just giving them ideas. Like if we see them, I claimed it here first.
So real quick funny thing. While doing research on this book, I'm at Cover Price. Shout out to our boys over at Cover Price. And if you guys haven't checked out Cover Price, it is one of the best tools on the market. And I find this book perfect example of another reason why Almost 10 is so great, because it sends you down these rabbit holes where you find weird books. It's called The Dark from Continuum. 4 issues. Look at these covers. Is this a SpiderMan homage?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It looks like it.
It's got to be.
And
then
the next one looks like too.
This one's badass too. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's the what is that?
The
Shit.
Craven.
Yeah, the Mike Zeck, right? Mike Zeck.
Yeah, the Mike Zeck Black
the
Suit
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man coming out of
Yeah.
the grave. Yeah.
Is that 32? 32?
Like, this is why.
that sounds right.
I don't know what this one is from, but they look pretty rare considering Cover Price had to get signed copies as their pictures, because they aren't easy to find. But
It's this parody of the Spot.
look at that. That looks great, man. It's got a shark on it. It's got a knight. It's got falcon on it. It's got snake eyes.
Shark. That's a John Z book.
A hot chick with red hair. And yeah, so there you go. Another rabbit hole brought to you by House of Stein. Moving on to the next book on the Almost 10. Barbie and Ken #5 from Dell Comics in 1963.
Yeah, I think this is the last issue. Not that anybody's like, trying to collect the set, but
Got
yeah,
it.
Shout out Tony. Tony's in the chat now.
yeah, it's kind of a weird cover because it's just the dolls. That's kind of strange. But yeah, CGC 6.5 of this sold for $190. When a 9.0 sold in June for just $225. So this 6.5 almost sold for as much as a 9.0 did.
Wow.
Just 6 months ago.
That's interesting.
Yeah, was that considered porn back in the 50s, man?
I don't know, dude. There was some pretty
He's touching
crazy
her hand.
pre-code.
It's
Holy
not showing
shit.
ankle.
Yeah.
It's not showing ankle, so you're okay.
Yeah, he looks
It's
happy, says Mr. Marv.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like, fuck.
on Max, Barbie's out now. So do you think that grabbed more attention to this? Because I know it had, one of the highest grossing films this year.
Oh yeah, I think it was the highest grossing film this year, right?
Yeah.
Probably, I would assume so.
Yep.
Um,
Broke a bunch of records. Blue Green says, dude, Barbie is my jam. Not this run, though, but the 60s fan club magazine and the 90s fashion series and newsstand. Tony goes deep on Barbie collecting.
Mhm.
So
it's just weird because you generally think any of these Dell books from the 60s are just trash. Like nobody wants them for any reason whatsoever. But there are a few that that people do want.
I was at an antique mall and they actually had like boxes and boxes of like the Gold Key comics and the Dell comics.
Yeah, I
And,
remember
and I
that.
started looking through these and I was like, I'm like, am I really using my time here to like look through things right now? I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking for in these specific books. I think I looked through a box or two and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm not looking through.
I'm done.
anymore.
Yeah, I'm done.
next we have, oh boy, welcome to another rabbit hole. The Amazing Spider-Man number 666. This is the Duncanville Bookstore exclusive store variant. Now, if you guys don't know about this book right here, we're going to terrorize you real quick. How many variants are there for this book? There's like 160.
A truckload.
Yeah.
So many.
I know the shop too. Like I know
Oh, yeah.
the owner.
It's in Duncanville, Texas, right?
Yeah. Like shout out Andy. What's up?
Man, nice hood, man. You deduced that one very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are people that want to put this set together. Like they want all of them. The only difference is
What people are those?
I'm telling you, man, that they're out there because if you still try and look for these raw,
Man.
some of them sell for a lot.
If somebody's trying to put a set together of these, go kill yourself, man.
Well, once they finished, they had the Walking Dead ones to complete as well because they did the same thing.
Right?
Well,
That's crazy, dude.
hey, Hood, this one this week, a CGC 9.8, sold for $425.
Wow. Wow. I remember the I think it was like the Fan Expo one. That was a really expensive book.
How many of you guys do you think that sale was the guy who owns the shop going, man, I sold my last one. I need to get a 9.8.
No shit.
Or he's still got a whole short box of them sitting in the back
Right.
warehouse.
Right. This
Right?
stupid motherfucker bought this for $400.
I got 100 of them.
There are so many
Shout out
copies
Duncan Bill.
of this book. Look at this, you guys.
Jesus. Wow.
It just keeps going and going.
Which one do you like better? Do you like the Daily Bugle one or the Lizard Battle one?
Daily Bugle.
I like the second print Spider Island one.
I like the. It's hard to say. I like the battle one, but the Daily Bugle one's good too.
And did the shops have a choice on which one they got?
Midtown got a different one.
I remember that. I had a Texas Toys one.
Oh man, that's a lot. So
There's
like, that's
Jetpack.
like if you're trying to get the entire set,
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
like, could you imagine? Like, what do you have to do? Trade your soul to the devil to get this?
This one's limited to 500. Look at that. The Daily Bugle, Larry'sComics.net, limited to 500.
I don't trust it. I don't trust that if it was from Larry's.
Man.
Oh, don't you want the Mile High one?
What's the
Yeah.
difference between the two New Dimension ones?
Yeah, they look a lot of the same.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
difference is between these two.
Yeah.
Hey, did Dennis have one?
Who knows? There's two new Dimension ones right there. Yeah. Oh, maybe newsstand. Limited to 1,000. And why would they be newsstand? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a store. Yeah.
There's the Fan Expo one. I
That
like
one's
that one.
good.
That's all right.
Oh, with the Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Man, there is a lot of those books out there, you guys. So it'd be interesting to dive. That's a rabbit hole to dive down. That's for sure.
How many
Well,
books
if
was that? That was like
All
at least.
I know. All I know is if it's going to cost me $400 for one of them, I'm not going down that hole.
Did they make a lot of them because they're like, man, these comic guys love the devil, so let's make a whole bunch of 667s, and let's see how many of them love the devil.
Isn't it so weird though that the very next issue is the Delato issue?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And there
yeah.
and there are none of them out there. It's
Right.
so crazy.
We'll get them looking
Mhm.
this way, and then we'll sneak into
Delato.
667. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, could you imagine if that was on the 666 and it was a Delato incentive, and then all these stores got like that? You know, it became the opposite. Like, there's so
Right.
many of that book out there.
so I'm going down. Here's another almost 10 rabbit hole. I'm looking for this book, and this book shows up instead. Spidey comic, issue number 666 from the UK. Look at that.
That's
kinda
awesome. I like it.
What?
666
That looks magazine size almost.
from the UK.
And that said it was from the 80s.
the movie. It is from 85.
Oh, I love that movie when I was a kid.
Look
That
at
comic's older than me.
right. Look at
Shut
look
up.
at this
Shut
one.
up, B.
Ewoks.
Good one.
So yeah, the Spidey comic looks like it's. Is that the last
Care
issue?
Bears.
Wow. Oh, there's only 15 issues, but 666. It must have been.
Satan
Does it
Claus.
say, does it say Satan Claus?
Does
Is it
it?
Satan Claus?
No.
No. Whoa! Look at that one.
Cornflake.
Ooh,
Oh, the Halloween one.
good
That's pretty
eye. Love it. Hobgoblin. Nice.
Yeah, that cornflakes one was interesting too.
Mhm.
I wonder if it was a freebie. Maybe all these are freebie.
Peter Parker in Satan's service. Nice. Or Parker in Satan's
Free
service.
Kellogg's
That's a good one.
cornflakes model airliner. This week's guess. Oh, there must have been something in there. Yeah, like a plane. That might be a tough book to find because of the plane inside, just like Captain Britain. Good shit. Shout out to Cover Price. All right, moving on. Marvel Team Up number 14. Now, not the Marvel Team Up that you first think about. This is the 2006 run that gave Robert Kirkman his first big 2 writing gig. And he was lucky enough to be able to bring in his, IP, Invincible, and they let him do a crossover with Spider-Man. Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, this one I'm going to give a big wink shout out to one of our subscribers who just commented. This Brad sent this to me. Yeah, this thing is back up to 175 raw. 9/8 had dropped all the way down to 240 back in September. Now they're back up to 500.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This used to be a $1 book all day, every day.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I know I've got like 5 or
175.
6 of them. Yeah, dude. I gotta.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. I gotta go fucking digging in my long boxes now.
Yeah. Crap.
You're gonna
Right,
tank the
Bert?
market.
It's interesting.
I'm going to die.
Redhood controls the market. That's why.
Yeah, definitely go find those, Hood, man. At that price, that's huge.
I know. I'm a hoarder, dude. I'll probably look at, oh, yeah, I'm going to grade these and then just put them up.
Go on whatnot. $1 1 minute. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The good old days, man.
Yeah. Well, this is still a cool book. That was the Almost 10, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. We got 165 watching right now. Let's get it to 150 thumbs up before we end the show tonight. Make sure you guys come hang out with us tomorrow night on Beyond Wednesdays. I do want to drop a little bit of, the more
We
you
got Matt
know,
Nelson tomorrow, bro.
a PSA segment real quick. If you are going to light off fireworks or firecrackers and scare a shit ton of your neighborhood's dogs, don't be that asshole.
Yeah, no
Please.
shit.
Thank you. That was brought to you by McClay's on his soapbox yelling at clouds.
That was the get off my lawn segment.
Mhm.
No, man.
for summer,
I was
Sorry,
waiting for
but
the Manscaped ad. I was
the
waiting for the
Hispanics
code.
in my area, bro, they'll light off them fireworks all the way to like January the 5th, dude. You know what I mean? New Year, Buffalo. And I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Bro.
Hey man, let them celebrate Chinese New Year. I'm cool with that.
Dude, they
When
aren't just
Brian-
regular fireworks anymore. They're like louder. Dude, I have a high school
yeah.
by me that shoots off a cannon whenever they
Mortars.
score a touchdown. And these fireworks and firecrackers are louder than those cannons, man. It's just, and yeah, my dog gets all fucked up. A ton of dogs get all fucked up because of it. Yeah. I don't know if it's woke, but it's definitely fucked up. That's for sure. Moving
when
on.
Brian said this is a Beyond Wednesday PSA, I thought you were going to bust out a box of slime.
Yeah. That being said, you guys, sub up if you're not subbed up. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you're watching this on the replay, let us know what you think of the show in the comment section below. You can find all these guys' information in the comments below. And let's get into this week's year in review of the Hot 10 books. Let's do it. Starting off with a non-Golden Age book in the Golden Age honorable mentions, because we're not doing it the normal way, you guys. You're getting 12 end of the year books now, and this book is a beaut. The
Mama!
yeah, absolutely gorgeous. She-Hulk. What issue number is this?
12.
12.
Who cares?
Yeah. Ji-Hung Lee.
It'd be issue 780.
One in
Damn.
100 variant that is beautiful.
I
Yeah,
gotta
this
go get
one-
that. That's my
Yeah, this one made the list 3 times this year. This was one of the 4 books that made the list 3 times. Yeah, this one's.
This is
I'm sure
number
this is-
4.
I'm sure that this is probably on many people's, like probably top 10 covers of the year
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
I would think.
Easily. Ji-Hung Lee killed it.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best in the game right now. Fuss show.
One of his models. Why do you want me to stretch like this, G? I'll just do it.
Wow, man. That is a great book. 3 times on the list this year.
Yeah, I haven't looked. Did anybody pick this one up ever?
I think
No.
long short.
I know
Oh,
Long Short did.
Yeah.
Rob probably also did. I don't know anyone else.
Yeah, Rob collects all She-Hulk. So
Let's see here. What is this thing currently at? Because this was back in spring, I think, when this came out, right?
It says April.
Hmm.
Feels like 6 months ago, so around there.
Well, I'm not really seeing any sales.
So it's a ghost book now.
Let's see. I'm not there's. I see no. Let's see here. The last one, December 21st, one sold for $130 still. So it's still $130 book. A 9/8, and then the last one before that was a 9/8 sold in October for $220.
Wow. Well, there you go. That's a great book to start off the list this week. For the end of the year.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Yeah, Dave's collection said even the trade dress is good looking, and I agree. All right, here we go. Our next honorable mention book, Star Wars Yoda #6, the Okazaki 1 in 25. Crazy way Okazaki draws Yoda's top of his head, man.
Powerful Jedi. Powerful Jedi, Witchy. Powerful Jedi.
Yeah, this one made the list twice, but it did chart high both times, which is why it ended up on this year-end list. And this one is, again, this one's not very many of these. Last one sold that I can find here real quick was back in November for $30 still. So let me see how many are currently listed. There's a few listed. There's one listed for $30. So if you still do want this book, there's a 9/8 listed for $130.
This is one of my favorite Yoda covers, dude. This is a bad motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
And check out, and it's gone. Dang it. Dang you people. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, most of the ones that are listed for like 50 or 60. So if you do want this, there is one listed for 30, and that's pretty much the only one that's listed for 30. Yep, all the rest of them are much, much higher.
Shout
So-
out to Lucas. He says Takashi had a great year. So he did. Okazaki had a great year. Is it Takashi Okazaki? They're the same person. Whoa. Make sure you guys check out Drunken Chat and follow Lucas on IG. I'll set it up to send you guys over there after the show. It should send you guys on over there. All right. Moving on to the 10th spot on our year-end show.
Hold on. Justin said he didn't like that Yoda cover.
Yeah, the head's kind of fucking weird, man.
I
The
like
top
it.
of the head. I think it's weird.
Maybe if I stare at it, I won't like it anymore either. Hold on.
I see what you're saying, Ryan.
Right? That's a weird. That's a real thing though. Like even humans have that. Some people like have like those real deep divots,
Indentions.
in their head like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin ruined it for me. I don't like the cover anymore.
What do you mean Drunken Chat
Because of
just
the
got
brains.
done? Why is Drunken Chat starting so early these days? You're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls.
What's up, Lucas? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year.
All right, here we go. At number 10, The Invincible Iron Man, issue number 1, second print, 1 in 25, Bob Layton, black and white armor cover. Now, was this the first 1 in 25 second print that really took off the black and white?
No, but if you remember this one, because this one made the list 3 times as well. Remember this one, like the very first sale was like $20 the week it came out. And then like 3 weeks in a row, it just kept going up. And then all of a sudden it was a ghost. Like nobody had it. It is still virtually a ghost. No sales that I could find in the last 3 months on this. There are 2 listed. One raw for $250, which is what this thing got up to, like $250 raw. There is a 9.8 sitting on eBay right now for $150. It's got 14 watchers on it. Man, I'm tempted to buy it because remember we talked about this cover, how awesome. Like we generally
the
don't
color
like
is
these.
better though. I just don't like the black and white, man. The color is so good.
You know, Bob Layton's doing a signing with CGC. This wouldn't be a bad
There you go, Stein.
You know, to get
Get
it
signed by Robert Downey Jr. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good call.
Yeah.
But this is a hard book to find. There are not many of these out there. There was not many of these out there when it was on the list back then. So, I'm tempted. I'm generally not tempted to buy
Second print incentives.
Yeah, but I like this one so much. Oh man, I'm tempted.
Do it.
I don't know. If I'm
live
that
on the
tempted.
show.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna
I don't know if I'm
snake
Buy
that
it
it.
right now.
Yeah.
But
Somebody's
but
gonna be
I'd,
like,
I'd forgotten about this
Somebody's
because
gonna
it's
do
so
that.
long ago.
I'm gonna put it in my Stein pack.
Oh. Nice.
All right, here we go. Moving on. Number 9, Amazing Spider-Man number 41 from Marvel, October 1966. First appearance of Rhino. Classic, iconic cover. I would have thought that the first appearance of Kraven would be on this list before the first appearance of Rhino, because I remember both those books took off right at the same time because of the the trailer.
Good point.
Yeah, this one made the list 3 times. The Kraven, I think, made it twice. And so that's why this one ended up getting the edge. I'm not sure, because I feel like it, and I have to go back and look at the dates when it made the list, but I feel like this one made the list like twice, and then like there was like a lull, and then it made came back and made the list again or something like that. So I think that's what happened with this one. But yeah, I would still say that of all like the Spider-Man villain, from the 50, to 1 issues, this one always was kind of on the back burner anyway. Like it was probably too low comparatively to some of the other villain books, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was historically underpriced for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what was the rumor that he was supposed to be in Kraven?
he
was
is
that
in
what it
Kraven.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I think he is
Oh,
in
okay.
Kraven.
Yeah, I can't wait for that movie.
Is that already
When is
out?
that?
It's
Yeah,
already
when is
out.
that coming out?
Is it already out? Has
Yeah,
it
did I
come
miss
out?
it?
It's good. It's going to
I
come
didn't
out
even
on.
see-
It's going to be released on Peacock.
It comes out August 30th of
Oh,
2024.
gosh.
Yeah.
We're still working out the script.
Here's
Yeah.
I see Tony Fix says solid investment book here. Now, I agree with him. I think that comic books is going back into that phase where people would rather have solid like keys, vintage keys, rather than new books. And these vintage first appearance books are going to be probably the only really good, solid investment books for the next couple of years, I imagine. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're saying blue chip Marvel books, basically? are
yeah,
coming
I would
back.
if I'm gonna go into investing comics in nowadays, which I definitely wouldn't, but I'd be going after, vintage, golden age, silver age, keys, first appearances,
Oh yeah, that first appearance of Kang is a good play right now.
yeah. Well, everybody's dumping that book, man. All right?
He's joking. I think he's joking.
No,
I'm
but
playing.
they're recasting him though, right?
Yeah, they are going to recast them.
Oh, so they are. Wow, I like that.
I thought I saw somewhere that they were not scrapping Kang, so they're going to have to recast. So, it seems like of all characters,
Multiverse, yes.
I mean, it
Well,
seems
they
like
said-
of all characters, that would be the easiest one to do, right?
Well, they're going to cast what the Beyonder, and they're going to say Beyonder's a variant of Kang, right?
So it says here, Marvel Studios is looking to seemingly recast Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, having dropped Jonathan Majors from the franchise after he was found guilty of assault and harassment, but with Avengers 5 currently still going forward. Here are some of the people. Tell me what you guys think about some of these suggestions. We got John Boyega,
No.
Will Smith,
Hmm. He was
no,
cast.
because he's already playing another character in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
John David Washington, that's
I like
Yes.
Denzel's son.
like
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I don't know how I apologize. I'm not going to be able to say that correctly.
Yeah.
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 Abdul Mateen.
Okay. I would be cool with him because I want a lesser known person. I want somebody that's not really known. I like this. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
great.
Lakeith Stanfield from Atlanta. Jeffrey
yeah.
Wright.
He's a good actor.
He's a killer actor. Amazing actor. And maybe. Caleb, no.
Mm-mm.
Reggie Jean Page. I don't know who he is, so I could be a go with it because I don't know him. No. So I
Just a hard
really,
no.
yeah, I really think that I'd rather see somebody that's not known really well. I think that we need to see that more with acting. That's one of the reasons why Star Wars was so good in the beginning, because they had a bunch of like no name.
Name actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's number 9 this week. Being on the list 3 times.
3 times in 2023.
Well, this next one was a lot of people's talks and is still in my running for cover of the year. Nort's Illustrated Swimsuit Edition, number 1, the Lobos 1 in 25. Wow.
Mama!
This one was just on the list twice, but it was high on the list twice, so that's why it got
Jumped those books.
got the nod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
No surprise here.
Love it.
My God.
Is there covers? What's a cover that's better than that? I'm trying to think. Well, we'll have to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have to go through our covers of the year. I
just wish I could only dream of having core strength like that to be able to just one arm plank like that in perfect form.
That's fucking Wonder Woman for you, bro.
As water's hitting you, right?
Yeah, as water's crashing over me.
Yeah, she's planking basically, right?
I wish I was the photographer.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What is this one selling for nowadays? Is it it's a dropped?
I think it's like a
Let's
couple
see.
hundred in a 98
Let's
now.
see. Nort's. That's 1 in 25. Um, Raw still 100, 9/8, 200.
Wow, that's holding its. Yeah, that's not bad, dude.
Yeah.
For
That's
1 in
the-
25 too.
Yeah.
But don't forget about the different centerfolds. There's 3 different ones.
Yeah.
Although, well, see, okay, so one sold on December 24th for 100, but then one sold yesterday or 2 days ago for 55. I don't know why they sold it for so cheap. But then one sold on December 8th for 140. Kind of all over the place, but it
December
looks like
3rd, 185 for a 9.8.
yeah, around that $100 range is
October
probably
15th,
what you would
$100
expect
raw.
to pay.
Yeah. Man, great stuff. That is a book that I'm okay with being where it is. All right, moving on to our number 7 spot this year. Perfect timing. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, number 1, a book that a lot of people are talking about this week in general because the prices on this book have spiked.
Yeah. I have to see what the actual sale price is on these, but like there was a new listing today for 200 for a 9.8 and it sold today. So
Raws. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's
Yeah.
like what, raw $60 or something like that.
200 for 9.8s and 60 to 75
65.
raw.
Damn, I should have kept one.
Look at that, 150 for the 1 in 25.
Oh, that's a 1 in
raw.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one is like still actually going up.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, I like to see these little, I don't want to say the little indie that could, but just these little books that nobody, was like pushing really hard and just kind of went under the radar. These kind of books, honestly, are what kind of saves our hobby.
Yes.
If
Oh,
if
yeah.
everybody knows ahead of time, then nothing will be worth anything. So we have to have books like this.
The
pop
books
up.
that fly the books that fly under the radar and then become instant hits overnight, basically.
Have to. I mean, we
Yeah.
have to have these, or we don't have a hobby. So,
Or it doesn't keep it interesting, right?
right.
Where
Yeah.
if everything's predictable, then like it's kind of like, what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
You see what 19 Cohiba 75 saying? He's saying people keep saying shops are sitting on these.
I highly doubt that.
I hope not.
I mean, I can't see any shop sitting on anything at this time when they're trying to. When I see graham crackers selling their 1 in 25, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s for $1.
Trying to survive, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the shops are selling. They have to. They can't. If they can get $10, if they could have gotten $10 for these when they got the $10, don't think that they wouldn't have. If they had 30 of them, they weren't selling all 30 of those for $10 a piece.
Oh yeah, Manny says, remember when Key Collector told people not to buy this?
Why did he
I
say
remember
that?
that
I can't
shit.
remember right now.
He
I
said
remember
it
that.
was like it was fuckery afoot or something.
Oh, like people were trying to prop it.
Yeah.
Well, so I remember when we first had this on the list, I went to a shop and they actually still had some on their brand new shelf. And I got like 3 cover A's for cover price and a couple of the cover B's for cover price.
Yeah, what was the cover A? It was
It's this that's on the screen. This is
no.
cover
There was another cover.
The cover B where it's like it's that blue edge and then
Yeah, I picked up
it's
a couple
frame.
of those.
And then they also had the foil convention from the website or whatever of that same cover of the B cover.
Interesting.
I thought he was talking about another book, like that image book.
Does he seriously still have that listed at $20?
Yeah, usually his prices are off.
Yeah, he's got it at 20. Well, here's some thoughts of my thoughts on this book. I agree with Stein that Stein said we need books like this because this is going to save. These books are saving the hobby right now in more ways than one. Now, obviously, they're helping with the people who are into speculation. Like, this is one of the few spec books that actually has been paying off really nice for some people. But more importantly, it's really well written from what I'm hearing. Like, it's a good storyline so far. I mean, we're only 2 issues in, but it's a good idea. We all thought it was a good idea. It catches you. It's kind of shocking. And I've been hearing a lot of people in the content creation world talking about how, you know, the independent series are what's saving comics right now. You know, because they're giving you 4 or 5 issue storylines, whereas it feels like that the big 2 aren't giving you those type of storylines anymore. Those like 4 or 5 issue stories that are really good from beginning to end. You know, not something that you're gonna forget about. You know, those short storylines that we all used to get, and I think that's super important. So we'll see how it plays out in the future. Maybe 2024 will be the year of the writer.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 6, Marvel Voices Spider-Verse #1, the Jean Jiang 1 in 50 variant, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is probably another book that was on people's cover of the year. And I just pulled it up just to see what these things were still selling for. Raw still 50 to 60, 9/8, 125 to 150. So
That's kind of tempting.
still not, it's not cheap for sure. This was on the list twice. I think it was back-to-back weeks because I think it did really well.
1 week and then it outsold the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a great book, great cover. Even the trade dress on one of this isn't bad either. So,
I agree.
John Jiang had a killer year in 2023. I mean, the majority of his covers were bangers. I mean, that Duke wasn't too great, but we'll give him a one-off on that. And I think that John Jiang really found a character that works with his art style in Spider-Punk, right?
Yeah, I agree on that.
Any Spider character, really, because he's done a bunch of different Spider characters throughout the year. Like, I think he plays well with the Spider-Verse.
Real quick on that Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, did you see this sale? December 28th. This is the NYCC foil, a 9/8.
Oh, wow.
Limited to 100, sold for $900.
No, it's a 9/9.
No, it says not. Oh, it says, why does it say that? Oh, it is a 9/9. But it says 9/8 on the picture.
And the picture has no title on the. Okay, I don't even know what's going on with that thing. that whole thing seems fishy.
It seems like there's fuckery afoot on
Yeah,
this.
what's going on here? Pre-order.
The person made its own label.
Wow. If anybody
Hey,
bought this,
did you see that? It was a pre-order.
yeah.
Oh gosh!
If anybody
What are you
bought
pre-screening
that,
a 9/9?
Wow.
I would love to know.
I'm pre-screening this for a 10.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
if I don't get it back, I'm gonna refund your money. You know.
Lewis says John Jiang is a super nice guy and happy to see his success. I will agree with that, and I'll add to it. I think that artists and creators can learn a really good lesson by seeing how other artists act and hearing fans talk about how artists acts. Like sitting at your table with your head down in a hoodie, or with your sunglasses on, and just drawing and not being open to people coming up to the table is not gonna help people. What is gonna help is being like John Jiang, who's standing at his thing, and he's like he's always got his arms and talking, and he's very open to people coming up and talking, and he actually looks you in the eye and he has a conversation with you. Like, that's super important for new creators to create a fan base. Just a heads up, coming from a fan.
And he remembers he remembered, like, when I met him, like, he remembered me meeting him at a different convention in a different state.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
so
he's a good dude. All right, moving on, you guys, to number 5. This is the 2023 review show, and these are the books that have been on the list most times throughout the year, right? And Something is Killing the Children, number 27, the Comics Pro variant, shows up at the number 5 spot.
Yeah, this one was on the list twice. Very high on the list.
Yeah.
Both times. This one is still pretty hard to find. I'm looking through I see 4 live listings and no sales since November. So it's been it's been over a month. A 9.8 looks like a 9.8 sold for maybe 125 ish. The last Raw sold for 100 back at the beginning of November. Not many sales, not many available.
We also have a first appearance in this, right?
Yeah, there was a bunch. I think there was a bunch of. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of variants for all these killing kids books, but
Killing kids, I love it.
oh, what's her face? Because she becomes the villain that's hunting Erica, right?
Yeah.
Cutter.
Yeah.
I think it's her name.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Let me see here.
Or maybe she showed up earlier. I can't remember. I think I'm still behind on reading that.
Isn't there a new?
I when they had the pause, what was it, like issue like 15? Is that the end of the first arc? Is that the first arc or something like that?
Yeah, 15 was the first arc. They took a break, and then they did 16 through 20, and then took another break, I want to say.
Yeah,
because I think they're only like 35 or something like that.
Yeah, I read all the first arc, and then forgot to pick it up after the first arc.
First cover appearance of that duplicitype Erica. So,
the eyeball.
Yeah, which is creepy as hell. The eyes around it. Ooh, man, that's creepy. Or the teeth around it. Ugh. Ugh. It's nuts. Isn't there a new series coming out from Something is Killing the Children?
Yeah, came out this week. I forgot what it's called, but yeah.
Some of the Butchers or something like that.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet. I really want to. I just want to know if it's a prequel or a spinoff. You know what I mean?
It's called Book of Butcher, number 1.
Book of Butcher.
Yeah, this is it right here.
It's cool. Because you got Order of St. George characters in there.
Oh.
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Leading into the 5th anniversary of Something is Killing the Children and building on last year's Book of Slaughter, Maxine Slaughter steps into the spotlight in her journey from white to black mask. With New Orleans as their destination, what will Maxine uncover about House Boucher? It's Boucher. Bobby Boucher. In New Orleans. And what will she learn about herself in the process? So there we go. More Jay Lee style covers.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know, man. It's interesting. All right. Shout out to our boy Billy over at Economics and Comics, who had some great content put out over the last week or so. Make sure you guys go check out his page, Economics and Comics. He dropped a $4.99 super chat, and he says, "Have a safe and happy New Year." Hell yeah, brother. You too. Appreciate you. All right. Number 4 for this year, Void Rivals number 1, the spoiler 1 in 100 Daniel Warren Johnson variant. For sure.
This thing
here. Yeah, this is huge.
Man, this thing took the world by storm when it came out.
Yeah.
but it came out so hot that it only made the list twice. But it was really high up on the list twice. I think it was like 1 and 4 or something like that. And let's see what that one's selling for. 140. 9.8 just sold for 275.
That's so respectable for what? Because it was like what, the $300-$500 book.
Yeah, raw. It or was it or 9.8s? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Wait,
I
say that
think
again?
9.8s hit up close to 500 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, these were. Let's take a look.
So still definitely, it's still sought after. Obviously, just not as much as it was before. But man, this thing definitely was hot, fire hot.
145 raw, 275 9.8, 140 raw. So still raw prices are still pretty good on it. $350 for a 1/100 in November.
Do you guys like this cover?
It's okay.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's okay. I like its interior work too. So
I like the second print covers a little bit more.
yeah, I do too. I'll be honest. No, it's not great.
No.
Well, I mean, like for
interior
the
art,
first
though.
prints, like this is the
I
only
actually-
cover.
I like it.
Isn't this the only cover that has what's his face on it for the first
Jetfire or
prints?
whatever. What's
Yeah, I
his
don't
name?
remember what that Transformer's name is.
Yeah. Well, Comic Book Countdown says it would be better without the trade dress. I agree. They should have put the trade dress, done it differently. So,
Transparent at the top and the back.
yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, moving on to the top 3, you guys. We got 203 watching live. This is the 2023 review show. These are the books that were on the list, multiple times and, at the highest spots, and probably talked about the most in the hobby, a lot of these books over the last year. At the number 3 spot, a recent edition, Street Fighter Masters Kimberly, the Ickpot Market Appreciation variant. This is issue number 1, and man, this book has just been a crazy conversation piece over the last couple of weeks.
Definitely. It definitely has that look of somebody should be talking about it, even if I don't necessarily like it. It just looks a lot different than what a comic book should probably look like, for sure.
Good art, it's good design. We've talked about the proportions being a little off for some of us, but man, I think it's a killer cover for sure. Full show. What is it selling for right now?
Still about the same. Looks like it's still, because it was just it was selling for like 50 to 60 last week. Looks like it's around the same.
All right, so
This has only been out for like a month too, right?
Maybe not even that long. Maybe just a few weeks.
Okay.
So I want to go and take a look at the artist for this. We haven't really talked about Ickpot checking out his art much, so let's go take a look. This is the artist.
Are we sure it's a man?
We're not. We are not. They don't put their pronouns, so they.
It could be a bot for all we know too.
Yeah, it
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a nice face. I like her face.
It's somebody. Or the program that's trying to take over the world.
Wow. Wowzers.
Are we going down the dead internet theory? Are we going down that rabbit hole?
Holy
Or is this the wrong
moly.
podcast for that? It sounds like more like a podcast kind of thing.
Yeah. This is are these all covers of comics? This one's crazy. Well, there we go. For all you Ickpot fans, he's kind of got that same style he does on a lot of his characters, that really muscular look on whoa. That's some
Full
really
moon.
good, that's some really good art right there. Man, look how
Crack
badass
wheels.
that looks. Is that an actual
Yeah,
comic?
Yeah, that looks good.
If it's not a comic, it's got to be at least a print.
Wow, man. That would have been great for a cover. Holy shit, is that beautiful?
Oh man, we have matching tattoos on our back.
I love the dimple part.
Except for yours is just right above your waistline, right?
Tramp stamp.
Yeah, man, that was absolutely gorgeous. That is one of the most beautiful images I've seen all year, that right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
I agree.
Great artist. Ickpot. There we go. Yeah, where's Red Hood when you need him? I need to make that mama sound thing. Mama! Yeah. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be updating. Yeah, I'll be updating all the art and stuff, and maybe I'll have to.
I'm sure if you watch enough episodes, you could clip mamas together.
Yeah.
And make a good sound.
Mama,
clip
mama,
for it.
mama, mama. All right.
Speed up some, slow down some.
Number 2 for the year. Love this cover. Extreme Venomverse, issue number 4. Another Okazaki cover book on the list. This is the 1 in 25. Great character design. Man, we talked about this book a lot this year.
Yeah, this one actually hit number 1 back-to-back weeks,
Wow.
which is crazy. That just doesn't happen that often. So that's how it got all the way up here. Looking at the most recent sales, let me check Terapeak real quick because some of these things have.
You know
Was
what's
this
crazy?
the Death of Spec book? Was this like the Death of Spec, like after this book?
Maybe.
I think this is. It's interesting that the two characters that Marvel created that are like totally trying to get the manga inspired, characters. This being one, and the Kid Venom are both on the year-end list. 9/8, $199.
So that looks like that 9/8 sold for $175. The one above it sold for $150. The Raws 70, 90, 65, 85. So it looks like Raws are probably about 75 ish. 9/8 are 150 to 175 still. Now, but this was like what, 150 raw when it was flying.
Yeah. Man, what a great cover. I mean, the art might not be like the greatest art in the world, but it grabs you quickly.
It's that pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that pink. Wasn't it like $90 the first week we had it up there, and then it was like $150 the second? Like we were.
It's
all
what
like,
it's what it seemed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it feels like it was. This
Venomized
thing
Sailor
was smoking hot.
Oh yeah.
When it came out.
Wow. Great character design. Hopefully that they'll use this character in big ways. I doubt it. We'll see.
It's a fun story too, because she eliminates bullies.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's her bow, right? The symbiote's in the bow.
Yeah.
Super cool.
What? Is that really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me find her.
And then the story's like sketched almost like kind of like a kid with color pencils. It's really quirky and cool. I like it.
Yeah, here you go.
While Brian's looking for this, I just after he goes over this, I just want to read some other books that did not make the list. that were on the list a couple times over the years. So once Brian goes through this, we'll just kind of
Our true honorable mentions.
Right.
let's see here.
Our honorable mentions.
honorable mentions.
The almost end of the year list.
Where is she? Why doesn't it say first appearance on her?
Her name is Necroco. Necroco, I think.
Necroco.
Yeah, Necroco.
Oh, here we go. All right, so fangs and claws. Necroco's hair can be used to strike, restrain, and even dismember opponents. Necroco's wand is a manifestation of the Venom symbiote and can use its tongue as a whip to lash, restrain, and even dismember enemies. Wow.
That's crazy.
It says here, as Necroco, Ellie's hair bow transforms into a wand with a fanged mouth, the prehensile tongue of which can be used as a whip. So, using her magical hair bow, actually the disguised Venom symbiote, Ellie can transform into the dark magical girl Necroco. Superhuman strength, superhuman durability, superhuman speed, superhuman agility, fangs and claws, prehensile air, and the bow becomes a wand. But yeah, the bow is the Venom, the symbiote. Sorry, not the Venom, the symbiote. That's super cool. I love shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I don't think it was a
All right.
spoiler, Justin Shannon. I just think it was pretty obvious. But we'll let Stein talk about his books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's some other books that made the list twice but didn't make the list here. Alpha Flight #1, the Art Adams 1 in 50. If you guys remember that one. There's Amazing Spider-Man 15. Obviously, Barnstormers #1, the Jenny Frizen 1 in 25 variant.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Biker Mice from Mars #1. This one's a flashback. Creature Commandos from 2000, the #1 issue.
Yeah, that when they got announced, right?
Yeah. Daredevil #11 from 2016. That was the painting killer cover, whatever. Remember that?
Which
I
one
can't
is
remember
this?
his name. It's got blood splattered all over the wall with the painting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
What
was a
the
good
name
one.
of the book again?
Daredevil #11. Dazzler #1, the Sienkiewicz
Yep.
variant. Dazzler #1 from the 80s. See here, Ghost Rider #17, the Bjorn Barons. Great cover there. Immortal X-Men 15, the Swaby 1 in
Sway.
25.
Sway, yeah.
Infinite Crisis #5, the Jim Lee cover. Night Terrors Ravager, the Natalie Sanders 1 in 25. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Mandalorian #1, the second print, Ian Gist 1 in 25. That was a $150 book. Miles Morales #12, the Baldian 1 in 25. Poison Ivy #8, the Frizen 1 in 50 foil variant. Rocketeer Planes, Trains, and Dames Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Century #1. Silk #1, the Nakayama. Something's Killing the Children #1. Jump back on the list
Oh nice.
this year. Yeah, twice. Sonic the Hedgehog 900, The Venture, the Jonathan Gray 1 in 50.
Yep.
When that Something Is Killing the Children got back on the list, that's how I got my Batman 181.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you sold them, right? That was
I traded. I traded. Someone wanted Something Is Killing Children #1, first print, cover A, and I had
Nice.
it. I think I had 3 at the time. So
Nice.
I was like, I sold one, I traded one, and I kept one.
That's awesome.
Smart.
Spider-Man #7, the Ramos. Stupid Spider Boy thing.
Wasn't one of Hugh's Catwoman's the iconic one on there? Is it 50? One where she's taking the mugshot.
I don't.
had that on there like a couple months ago.
It may have been on the list once, but these are all just the books that were on twice.
Okay.
Spider-Punk #1, the Okazaki 1 in 50.
Nice.
Another
Heir to the
Okazaki.
Empire #1 made it back on the list twice.
What about that Scotty Young Dracula?
It did not make the list twice. Tim Drake Robin #7, the Surge Acuna
Yeah.
1 in 25 variant. If you guys don't remember that one. Transformers 1, the San Diego Comic-Con Ash Can. Weird War Tales #93. That was big with the
Creature
DC
Commandos.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah. What If Dark Spider-Gwen #1, the second print Rose Besh 1 in 25.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah.
about that one.
What if Dark, the Tomb of Dracula #1 Art Germ 1 in 100 was on the list twice. Wolverine, there's our favorite Wolverine #37, the Capullo Virgin 1 per store.
Yeah.
That was our #1 book for the year.
And X-Force #46, the Decal 1 in
Yeah.
25.
The Wolverine.
So those all were on the list twice this year. So
not
you
bad.
forgot about any of those books. I forgot a lot about them, or forgot about a lot of those.
Oh yeah.
Was the
Shout out to
Was
Airboy the
the-
Barbarian.
oh nice,
Welcome.
Nice, there, boy.
very cool. What about that Scotty Young Transformers 1, the one where he's like running through the?
I think that just made the list once.
Okay,
Yep.
I don't know.
You kind of would have expected that one to make it twice, huh? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, because the way the list works, I mean, like some of the books come out so hot the first week that they're out that
Yeah.
they can't sustain it. It's really hard to make the list twice.
Heroes Reborn says, for my #1 of the year, my guess is 8 Billion Genies #1, the Mario variant. Did that come out last year? Or
I
the
think
year
that was.
before?
I think that was.
22, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like
That
that,
was
was
2022,
It,
yeah.
it was like at the end. It was like the end of 22.
Yeah.
The second print, but the first print came out like way before the news even.
I thought it
hit.
was in the summer of 2022, right? Aaron? Or-
Like I want to say it was like spring, like it was like
Was it that
March
long
or
ago?
April. Like that's when the 8 Billion Genes first like released, and then it took like 6 months before it even made spec news or whatever that it was getting optioned by Amazon, and then that's when it went to the stratosphere, right? Because there was only like what Bird City did a variant, and
Holy
then, like, maybe
cow.
one at
Dude.
one other store.
This is, again, I've said this 3 times during the show at least, why I love House of Stein is because you find these rabbit holes that you go down. I go down the 8 Billion Genies rabbit hole looking for when it came out. And shout out to Bird City Comics for getting a book on recalledcomics.com. That's
Oh,
freaking
nice,
awesome,
nice.
dude. 8 Billion Genies #1, The Forstner, came out in May of 2022.
So you're
Oh,
right.
I was pretty close on the guess. April
Yeah,
or
you
May.
were. Cool.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Or maybe I said March or April, but whatever. Close enough.
In mid-July 2022, there were no recorded gradings for the Bird City Comics variant, but at the time of writing, wow, dude, that's cool. That's
Oh, they actually
super cool.
broke it down. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Shout out to Bird City. Congratulations. That's a pretty cool thing. All right. Let's do it. You ready? At #1. Of course. X-Men #130. The first appearance of Dazzler was the book of the year for the Hot 10 show.
How many times was this on the list?
3 times. Yep, it was on. It was at #1, at #2, and at #3. So it was by far on my list the book of the year, just based on where
Word
it
of
ranked
mouth.
and how many times. And it for
Both silver
a
and bronze 3 times.
man, just crazy. This book is just so insane. To think where this was before anybody even started talking about Taylor Swift and where it's come to where it's basically it was always a key, but it was like a minor key. Nobody real. I mean, some people were like, Dazzler's cool, whatever, but she's stuck in the 70s, 80s. It's not going to be anything for 2020s.
You know what's going to be the funniest thing of 2024? When the same thing that 19 Cohiba 75 said, when she's not in it.
Or she's in it as Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I guess that is a new rumor, right? Like she's not any mutant characters. Like she's just herself.
That would be really stupid,
Oh,
right?
bro, what a troll!
Oh,
what if she came out
Yeah.
singing "Never Gonna Live You, Never Gonna Give You Down"? That song. She came out, the Rick roll.
She Rickrolled.
Yeah, she Rick rolls everybody.
Well, if it's truly a troll, they went above and beyond to troll us because I mean, supposedly, I don't know if they were filming or not, but half the freaking crew was at the damn Chiefs game.
We trolled ourselves, I think.
Blake Lively, freaking Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor, and a bunch of other
Hugh
people.
Jackman was there, right?
Hugh Jackman was in there too, so that's kind of. That was kind of weird.
Yeah,
But Blake Lively
this
and
is one
Taylor
of,
Swift are best
it's
friends.
one of those.
So.
It's one of those weird books that, like, if it happens, it could go even higher, or if it doesn't happen, it could completely fall off the planet.
I hope it goes super meta. That it's like Taylor Swift plays herself. She's going to a comic convention, buying like a CGC 98 of X-Men like 130. Like, like make it go like super crazy, like meta. Like that'd be awesome.
I could totally see that them just doing like a Taylor Swift cameo, her singing or something. Yeah.
Or like she's sitting at a panel at Comic-Con or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Deadpool like brings the book to her or something like that.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
If they take these ideas, they should pay us, or at least like get us to the movie premiere.
A lot of people are asking about Spider Boy. How many times did Spider-Man 7 that spoiler show up?
Twice. Yeah. It was on twice, but I mean it's one of those books that
There's a billion out there.
yeah, and it because it was not like an incentive,
Yeah.
it kept the value somewhat in check on that book. It did hit number 1, but then the other time it was on the list, it was at number 10. So that's why it didn't make it, is because it had a number 1, but it had a number 10. So that 10 really brought it down for its because that first week it was already selling for almost its max that first week. So it didn't really have much room to go at that point. Now, were there a ton that sold those first couple? Oh yeah. And it's still, but it basically is the same. I mean, it's still 9/8 of that are still, $80 to $90. Still, I mean, it's not like it's a super expensive book. There are how many? Remember the last time we talked about this thing? How many copies were on the census already? I mean, it was thousands of 9/8 already.
Yeah. Aaron and I did a Buy the Dip episode and we talked about it. It just kept going and going, How many 9/8 were there? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy how many copies were out there. But
Yeah. Well, a lot of copies of a lot of comics out there. And you guys remember the Almost 10 is very interesting. The Hot 10 is very interesting how it works. Most of the time, if you see a book on the Hot 10, it's time to sell, or your time to sell was a week or two before. There's very few books where it's like, these are a long-term, positive spec. So if you saw books on the Hot 10 show throughout the year, hopefully you sold them and made some money off them. Or you're just a collector and you don't sell anything. I know there's a lot of friends out there that they just don't sell their books. They just buy, and they collect, and that's a super cool thing. So hopefully, 2024 will bring more of that, and it'll be about collecting and reading good books, writers writing good books. The content is good. We're going to cross our fingers that that all happens. Do I think so? No, it's going to be a shit show because of the election. But we can all hope that it won't be.
Oh, man. Regardless of what side you're on, I feel like it's come to November, December of next year. It's it's making me nervous for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. But you guys, thanks for hanging out with us every week on this channel, this show. Thanks to all these guys below. Of course, shout out to Hood also. And it's a fun thing. I enjoy doing it. I know these guys enjoy doing it. I hope everybody watches obviously enjoys it. And if you enjoy it enough to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, we would be super appreciative. And one last PSA for the next couple days. Don't scare people's dogs with firecrackers. It sucks.
Amen.
All right. Stein, what do you say on our outro, huh?
What'd you say? You just froze?
Yeah. What do you say on our outro?
See ya.